I do have different cash, so I have my pounds here. I then have my US dollars here that I use if I end up back home. I also have some euros, which have saved me in a pinch when I was traveling around Europe for work and ended up in a taxi that was cash only, and then some South African rands hanging out, and then I think
She just got a whole Forex account in her wallet. Like, she pretty much the bank. Like, y'all be making little Forex transactions. It's going through her. I just want y'all to know that.
that's it.
That's what it do, YouTube. You already know we back again with another reaction. Like I said, y'all loving these. I'm gonna keep dropping them. This time, we got a nice young lady. Beautiful woman. Let me not call her a lady. I'm gonna be taking some notes because I would love to live abroad, work abroad for a few years. So I'm hoping they hop into that. We're gonna see what happens. Like I said, I got my pen and I got my paper. You feel me? So I'm gonna be taking notes. Be taking notes. We hopping in.
Live abroad. So when I got the opportunity to move to London, it was kind of a dream come true,
Okay.
even though it was somewhat unexpected.
Okay. So many great black women out here. Unexpected stuff's always the
My
best,
name's
yo.
Imani Chain.
What I've been saying, you gotta jump on opportunity. You gotta jump on opportunity. But just look at that pose. Just look at the pose.
I'm 28 and I live in London, UK.
Beautiful. We love it. You're already winning.
My
like,
salary
what
is
you're doing.
comprised of both a base salary and stock and investments, which comprises of
That's great.
money that is paid in pounds, but also US dollars. Last
Spicy.
year, I was actually promoted to
Money change. Money change, but she don't keep no cents. Straight dollars.
my current role as a senior operations manager. And I became one of the youngest senior operations
Ooh.
managers here in Europe at that time.
Respectfully, history. Come on, read about her.
Hi, welcome
Google
to my
her.
living room. So this is actually a space that converts into a second bedroom when I have friends and family visit.
Okay.
This is my kitchen. I definitely spend a lot more time in this space now that I've been cooking more at home.
Okay. What is this? Moving Baltimore. Not Baltimore, y'all. Baltimore. 2019. Okay.
So I think
Alright.
the biggest expense that was a bit of a surprise for me when I moved here to London is that it is very comparable to New York City. It's very expensive.
Yo, I know. It's unreal if I'm still saying. I could tell, but damn, listen. I could tell by the way she like talk and move. She just weird, but I like it. It's like a cute.
Is that
weird.
it is very comparable to New York City.
Okay.
It's very expensive. Renting is not as easy as it was when I had lived in Baltimore previously. When you're looking
Baltimore.
for a place, the listing price is not necessarily what you'll get it for. They do a whole bidding process to be able to
Yeah.
secure a place, and if it's in a high demand area, the price might be
The same
very
thing be
different
happening in New
ultimately to
York.
be able to secure the location.
Same thing be happening in New York. 2,500 a month. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. Cause if you remember, if I remember correctly, it was the last girl, the last woman living in Mexico City was paying $2,300 cost of living. That's rent, food, transportation, all of that included. That's not even. So that's crazy. That's crazy. $2,800 just on rent.
What they wanted to see is that I could definitely pay my rent. So I ended up paying the first 12 months up front, and then after
What?
staying in the place for 1 month, I paid another 4 months.
Tweak. She had to have had what you call that relocation assistance.
Ultimately, that's obviously not something that's
Also
easy to
some
do.
sevens,
A
but-
big part of being able to do that was getting some support in terms of what my relocation package was.
Like I said,
Welcome
had to be that. Ain't
to
nobody coming 44.
the bedroom. So it is a separate space from the living and kitchen, which I really love. It gives us a separate area. We actually just passed the half bath that I'll use when I actually have guests staying with me. And then you'll kind of get to see the space. It has lots of closets, which is not very common in the UK, I find. And then right behind me is where we have the full bathroom that I use on a daily basis. My dad actually had a background of finance growing up, and he always would try to teach me best practices for managing money. Saving, I actually started at the age of 5 when I had my allowance. I
started
had to save
yesterday.
50% of the allowance that I made for college, and it really helped me not only see the value in kind of having this practice of saving some of your income for future things, but it also just allowed me to have a better relationship with money. One thing.
Starting young, yo. Starting young. That's if I have kids. If I have kids, that's what I'm gonna do. Gotta start them young. For real, for real. I gotta find that other channel. If y'all know what I'm talking about, like they were government workers and they retired early and now they live in like Portugal or something like that. I gotta find that channel, but they raise their kids the same way.
Thing that makes me a little bit different than many students is I don't have student debt. It definitely was made possible through some of the support of my parents, the saving that I had done when I was younger, and also scholarships.
Crazy.
I actually moved here expecting to be spending more money and having a bigger budget.
What? That's her. 21K a month. 21K a month.
Day-to-day life, but what I'm finding is that because I'm in a pandemic, there's a lot less stuff to spend money on, entertainment, etc.
What are the differences over there with taxes and the social system, all that stuff? Well, let's see though. Okay, 11K to investments is beautiful. Let's get this out the way.
So I actually end up spending about 40% less than
How do I get this out the way? I don't know how to get this out the way. Oh well. Anyway, monthly average calculated for annual. Yeah. Taxes. See, why is, I don't know how they do it over there. Okay, 3,500 taxes, we can't control that. 1 bedroom flat. And council tax. I don't know, this is the UK. I don't understand how they do stuff over there. Alright, travel, donations, in-app purchases. I hope she goes into that. Spotify. I don't see nothing crazy. Food is, I feel like food is expensive. $600 a month. She must be eating out a decent amount. Wi-Fi, gas, all that. Okay.
payment, etc. So I actually end up spending about 40% less than.
Sure, I mean, nothing bad about it. Damn near investing 40% of her budget. So.
What I had previously budgeted for. I would say the UK is a little bit more expensive. Big things driving that is my rent is definitely more pricey. When I was living in the US, I actually Airbnb'd out my second bedroom in the place that I was living in, so that covered the expenses of my housing and my rent. The other thing is that I have to pay something called council tax here,
which
is basically a tax for the services of my neighborhood. And then I also find that I pay a little bit more in utilities. My water bill is more expensive here, but outside of that, things are pretty comparable. Some of the other nice surprises is that groceries were way cheaper. You're able to get a good trip with just 35 pounds, whereas in the US, I couldn't get a decent trip until I paid at least $80.
Jeez.
Overall, my expenses are definitely higher here, but it's a big part of just choosing to live abroad.
That 35 pound stuff.
Experience.
Oh, for sure. Said it's the experience for me.
Last year, I became one of the youngest senior operations managers at my company, which is something that was extremely exciting
It's the experience
for me, especially since when I started at my company about 5.5 years ago, I always saw this as a role that was kind of unattainable, and I didn't really see people who looked like me doing this work. It was really just figuring out, how do I get there? How do I grow within not only my role, but as a leader? And how do I help other people also move into these spaces
that maybe they don't see a lot of people that look like them. And that's kind of been a big goal of mine within growing within my career and hopefully bringing people with me.
So
I do have different cash, so I have my pounds here. I then have my US dollars here that I use if I end up back home. I also have some euros, which have saved me in a pinch when I was traveling around Europe for work and ended up in a taxi that was cash only, and then some South African rands hanging out, and then I think
she just got a whole Forex account in her wallet. Like, she pretty much the bank. Like, y'all be making little Forex transactions. It's going through her. I just want y'all to know that.
That's it.
That's all. I just want
For
y'all to know
my everyday
that.
spending, I actually use my US credit card. I'm a big traveler. I actually have a card that has a no foreign transaction fee.
Okay, that
so
makes sense.
I still use it here because it has way more benefits than the credit cards they offer in the UK. So I'm able to get a lot of cash back. I'm able to use
See, I mean, I would have done the same thing. I was hoping she used a card that has no foreign transactions, but I'm just interested to know how things work over there. You know, like, I'm just interested.
So overall, I get back about $1,000 a year by using my credit card here instead of using something
That's the Mint Mobile app.
Previously, before the pandemic, I would try to go somewhere completely new at least 2 times a year. And I think one of the biggest things that's tough right now is I actually get more time off or annual leave here in the UK. And it sounds like
we get around 25 vacation days. It's like what? 5 weeks of vacay?
Wonderful thing, but it's
Just
actually
vacay.
really
I don't
hard to
think that's
find
really
time
sick.
to use all of it. So right now I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do and how I'm gonna use the time, and I think it just might look different. It might be taking time off to stay at home.
Yeah, especially with the Panini. A new system. Oh yeah. Oh, I hate that. I hate that so much. I don't know too much about this, but like, this is what I'll say. Double taxation. So if you're a U.S. citizen, although you live in, like, for example, for her, she lives in the UK, you gotta pay UK taxes and US taxes, even though you don't reside in the US anymore. Like, that's just how it is. So it's like you getting double taxed. You feel me? I don't like it. It's not cool. And then there was another, I'm gonna find that video too. There was another little stipulation where, like, in one of these countries, you can almost get like triple tax, which is, you might as well just, hey. No, I hate that though. Cause it's like, how am I, like, I haven't lived in this place for 5-10 years, in, like, this place being the US. Why am I paying, you know what I'm saying? And when you think about it, even on a bigger scale, how we got people not living here paying all this money, we also here paying money, and we still don't have enough money to cover all these stuff that we trying to do. Like, we just had the debt ceiling the other day, if y'all not following it. Where's the money going? Well, we know the answer for some of that, but like, still, like, I feel like you got more than enough.
When I was in the US, I was actually doing a max contribution to my 401k. And they have a similar program here in the UK called a pension plan. However, I do contribute less to it. I only contribute the amount that my company will match. And the main reason why is because I don't know how long I'll be here.
Right.
And I want to definitely have some more control over my funds. Should I move away from the UK, I don't want it to be super complicated to get access to those funds when I'm in my retirement age. I have 2 different things I would say I splurge on. One is sometimes I will get the nice designer item, but that's something that I feel like once you have a staple in your closet, you can kind of just keep with it and pair it with different outfits.
Smart gal, man, smart gal. You can spend $3,000 to $4,000 on one staple designer item per year.
Now my splurge has become app games on my phone,
Here we
which
go.
sounds
Explain
really
them in-app
dorky,
purchases.
but there's
Yeah,
nothing
dude.
better than
You do sound dorky. What you each month you got a budget for app purchases? Like what you, I can't even think about which in-app purchases.
But the one that I'm currently really getting into is one called Redecor, where you basically feel like an interior decorator, but you're not actually decorating, you're just decorating on your phone, so it's kind of fun for me.
Okay. 15 to 25, all right, whatever, man.
One of my personal goals is to hopefully figure out how to become a millionaire by 30 and buy a home by the age of 33. A big part of that is me figuring out how to perfect saving money. How can I allow the money that I make to work better for me to make more money? And hopefully it'll give me the opportunity to achieve these things and show people that it's possible. And a big part of that is me trying to just kind of take some tips of how I made it simple for myself. And then I'm actually trying to start a website to help share some of those tips and tricks with others. It's called Mo Money No Problem, MO Money No Problem.com. It's something that I'm pulling together to hopefully help represent women of color who are trying to
post Jay-Z. Post Jay-Z. She finna change the world, you feel me? That is crazy. Nah, but let's just, I said I was taking some notes. You feel me? What I peeped is she had it, she started this at a young age, you feel me? Like I said, she started this at a young age. And what else I got? Started this at a young age. Definitely use relocation assistance. England's not too much. You get a lot of PTO, but it's not much to do around there. So figure out how to. Okay. Word. She also said, like the video if you didn't already on the way in. She also said subscribe. Alright, this cringe though, but for real, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Let me know what you think.